And hello everyone, this is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. Woot. You may notice the screen looks a little bit different. That's because this episode is actually in 1080p versus the last time when I might have forgotten to actually set the game to 1080p in addition to having a 1080p monitor. Yeah, well, that was... Oops, my fault. Let's go with oops, my fault, shall we? Yeah, alright. Sounds good. Blame the YouTuber. Actually, really do blame the YouTuber, because it was completely my fault that it didn't go up correctly. Yeah, so... That's fun. That means I can't batch render that one. I have to actually, manually render it and then do something else, because you can't... With Vegas, you can't batch render using different render settings. Everything has to be rendered in the same settings. So I can either render everything in 1080, or I can render it all in normal, in 720. So that'll be up in 720. This will be up in 1080. Excuse me. There we go. All right, so what we're working on right now is the fact that we are getting the hangar bay done. That's right, we're finally getting the hangar bay finished, which is probably not exactly what you guys were, too excited to see, but so sue me, it needs to get done, and so I'm doing it. So we're going to have 3 entrances to the bay. The front one's going to be permanently open. Excuse me, I'm trying to decide right now whether the side 2 should close or not. And I'm a little stumped on that, actually. Well, what if I... Let's change this a little bit. Let's at least give lip service to making this thing look vaguely nice. Only vaguely, because this is me after all. I'm not an aesthetic builder. Hopefully you guys don't watch me because you want to see aesthetic building, because if you do, you're sorely, sorely mistaken, trust me. Alright, so let's put this up. There we go. That looks at least passable. We're going to emphasize that as passable only. Oh, look, we're running low energy. I need to get a wall charger or something for my suit. A wall charger. It sounds like I'm charging a cell phone. I'm still not certain if this is faster or if just hopping in a cockpit is faster than this. Either way, let's get ourselves all charged up. And there we go. We are charged up now. Oh, I forgot to start my timer. We're going to say it's probably about 5 or 6 minutes. All right, so let's get down here and let's try and make this look decent. Yeah, it looks good. Try and not make it look too blocky. Now, I'm not certain how I like the idea of having everything coming in right over my head like it's going to be. All right, so if you look at this, right, everything's basically coming in just over my head here. Everything looks kind of rough, too. I mean, you have this coming straight in, but other than that, the bow of this thing is pretty much just a giant block, right? Which is why I didn't want to put a flat roof here, because my 2 options were I could either slope this, but if we slope it, watch this, right? If we slope it, we're losing a majority of our space. Oops. Right, so I can slope this back, and we all know how sloping in Space Engineers works. But as you can already tell, I'm losing a huge amount of space doing this. right? Look at this. All right, so we're almost up at the top now. Just a few more blocks here. All right, so we're now up at the top, right? We've already lost a huge amount of space. Look at that. We have no space. Well, do we? We don't actually lose that much. Oh, okay. So maybe we do want to slope this back then. Because we can still... Let's grab this baby. You're about the size of any mining or repair ships are going to be flying into that bay, aren't you? Let's look at external view. So we fly in on this side, right? And then we're going to come in. We can dock you in like that. That isn't actually horrible. I mean, it isn't amazing, but it's not... Would give the bow of this thing a nicer look. Unless we step it. That's a possibility, right? So let's say we do it to here, right? Or to here. And that isn't a lot of a step, right? But it gives us enough space to vaguely maneuver this thing. And it at least gives us a little bit of a shift. Uh-huh. I actually like that a lot. So let's change the whole design now. Now that I've already, put up all this framework, I can get rid of it all and change it all up. And that gives me actually a decent place to stick the antenna. That's right, that thing I was agonizing over a couple episodes ago about where I was going to put it. Yeah, all right. I apologize for anyone I'm making dizzy by doing this. Not really. I'm actually making myself a little dizzy by doing this, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so we have now... That's an idea, because that gives us a little bit more shape without compromising too much usable space. It's still going to be a mite bit cramped in there, but honestly, that's not a huge concern for me. Oh, we didn't need to remove all of that, did we? Oopsies. All right. Well, actually, no, we didn't wreck too much of this. All right, so let's just cut this back. Like that, right? And then we need to go like this all the way out. But let's do this part of the roof first. Though we did get rid of all this stuff we didn't need to get rid of. Oh boy, that's what happens when I'm not thinking, isn't it? For some reason, my brain went, oh, we're lowering everything. We're lowering the whole roof. No, we're not lowering the whole roof. We're lowering part of the roof. And that also means the whole thing is just going to be one gigantic door, either. There we go. And then let's do this. And to there. And then to here. like so. And we'll have to figure out how to make that rotate properly when we get there. And there we go. And then on the bow, we want to give her... Yeah, let's say another slope here, shall we? Like so. Just try and minimize the blockiness of this ship. It's actually kind of looking like a ziggurat now. And then that would be best... What is a corner? Yeah, corner bit there. With those blocks we're merging like this. Which leads me to another issue, which is over here. What are we doing? Because I can put bits like this in, right? But then I need a block. Yeah, this is going to look crappy somewhere. There's no good way to do this sort of a changeover, is there? Because the nearest I can do, because I can match it like that, right? But then you have this ugly looking overhang on the top. Yeah, I think the best thing we can do here is just to come out in a straight block like that. And why can't I place this block? There we go. All right. And we can come back to this block now for that part, like that. All right. And then actually, this works pretty darn well, because then we can come straight down like that. Yes, that looks vaguely reasonable. And then actually, we might want to convert you guys might be able to see why I'm doing this from the inside, right? Because this gives us a decent-sized entrance here that's not, you know, weird. So it's the same damn thing on this side now. All right, so that goes in like that. Then... Oh, we did something funky with this block too, didn't we? Okay. And then what did we do over here? We did a corner block. Oh, we forgot a bit. That's what's happening. Like that. There we go. See, I can build in Space Engineers. It ain't that hard, right? Okay, so now that we have that done, right? And then we just come straight across the top. I like that design. Straight across the top like that. Okay. Now let's start welding bits of it all together again. If I can find my welding ship. Find the welding ship. And I'm still 50-50 on whether I want to actually put a door there or not. Pop back in this, buddy. Oh yeah, and if you notice, we haven't done the up or down thrusters yet. Those are going to be interesting to do, because I'm not certain where I'm going to stick the darn things. That's always the issue with a build like this, right? It's like, okay, I got that all figured out. Now where am I going to stick this? I know I need something somewhere, but where? We haven't even thought about painting this thing yet. That's another terrifying part. Right, because this is all going to be in the middle. This is all going to be solid, I think. I think I'm only going to have 2 entrances and exits to this. Move weld down to here. And then let's go over to here. Actually, this is looking pretty decent because now I have like a definite area where stuff gets stored, right? Ship storage here. It isn't this giant empty vault looking thing. Though there is something nice about that design type, I'm not personally a fan. All right, let's get you out of here. Oh, I got locked gear. And there is enough space, and this is pretty. This thing is actually relatively tall for a large ship, for a small ship. But the fact that I have enough space to move it around in there makes me kind of happy. All right, so how is this 3x3? Yeah, this is a 3x3. Do I have a 3x3 window? Yeah, 3x3 window. All right, so then let's go 1, 2, 3. You'll have to excuse me again. And we'll put another window right there. That'll break up the bow of the ship a little bit at least. At least. And let's finish up that. And let's look at all this. Oops. Though that is, by the way, a way to save on space. If you know what you're doing, you can use those small blocks to build into. You can actually also use light armor corners as sort of standoff armor protection. Just to keep missiles right off the hull. Ooh, do I like that design or do I like this design better? Do I like going straight up the front or do I like it kind of tucking in there a little bit? I kind of like that more complex geometry, to be honest with you. Almost has like a stealth fighter-like look to it. Yeah, I kind of like that more complex geometry on the bow. I think this actually goes back to a slope for a couple blocks. Slope, slope, corner. Inverted corner. Ah, stop it. Let's see how this looks. Much better. Much better indeed. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is get those windows put in. Let's grab some girders for this. Window 3x3 flat. We'll put these in. $40 girders going each. And I need 196 bulletproof glass in each of those. That's a weird number, all right? That's a really weird number. I mean, I've seen weird numbers in Space Engineers, but 196? Couldn't you just make it like 200 and make my life easy? I kind of backed into that thing, didn't I? All right, so it's 196, and then don't I have bulletproof glass right here somewhere? Apparently not, actually. Okay, so I did 196. That sounds an awful lot like 200 to me. Sounds exactly like 200 to me. Okay, so I'm still weird about putting doors into this thing. I don't know why, I'm just hesitant about it. I really don't know why I'm hesitant about putting doors in. I don't know. It's weird. Don't ask me. Just don't ask me about it. I'm not thrilled with the idea of putting doors in. Could put more windows in here. I mean, yeah, it would definitely break up that outline a little bit better, wouldn't it? All right, so I'd have to go back to that. And I need some more girders. Actually, the real reason I'm doing so much stuff with bulletproof glass right now is partially because I'm up to my eyeballs in these girders, and I don't know why. I think I must have set them to auto-produce at some point and then forgotten about them. Oh, it's 196 per window. Oh, gosh. All right, we're going to be way short then. We're going to need like a couple hundred windows here. We're going to need a lot of bulletproof glass. We're going to need, let's call 200 per. And plus some there. So we're going to need at least one. All right, so that's one. We have all the girders we need in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's call it 6. God. Okay. Right. Means 12. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Think we have enough silicon for that? I hope we do. All right, let's grab as much of that as we can. And we'll just weld this thing up. And this is meant to be sort of an observation zone, if you will. And that's going to take a while to produce. So hopefully, guys, when you come back, this will be all done and welded. And you guys should see a nice hangar deck here. I hope. I hope, I hope, I hope. If you guys have any advice to me as I'm trying to make this thing look halfway decent, do not hesitate to let me know. Because, honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying to make this thing look nice, and I'm terrible at making stuff look nice. So if you have any advice or any recommendations on how to help me make this thing look not like crap, please do not hesitate to let me know. All right, guys, this has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank you all for watching. And, yeah. All right, guys. See you in the next episode.